What's up everybody, Avian here. Welcome to my Braum guide. I'm going to take you through Braum. If you came here for something specific, click on the links here and skip ahead. Starting with his abilities, his passive is concussive blows. Landing your winter spite or attacking an enemy triggers concussive blows. You need to follow up with another 3 attacks with you or your allies. This stuns the enemy for 1.5 seconds and deals magic damage. The stun time is enough for you to auto attack them twice or back off. It is also able to trigger on multiple targets. You should trigger this spell always, in teamfights, in lane, everywhere. Braum's Q is Winter's Bite. It is a skill shot that I'd highly recommend getting good at. Landing it consistently can lead to great rewards. It applies the passive of concussive blows, slows the enemy and deals magic damage upon impact. It also has so much potential when it comes to invading, trading and controlling enemies when you're inside the game. Braum's W is Stand Behind Me. It allows you to leap to a nearby friendly target, increasing both your own and their magic resistance and armor for 3 seconds. This ability allows Braum to dive into and out of fights so smoothly. Note that it positions you towards closest enemies when you land, so it can be used to make quick blocks or save with your E as well. Be ready to use this to boost the tank or carry stats in team fights. It will reduce incoming damage considerably and allow you to reposition to your advantage. Braum's E is Unbreakable. This shield completely blocks the first attack and suppresses all incoming attacks thereafter. The shield also boosts your movement speed by 10% for the duration of 3 seconds. Note that the shield raises in the direction that the cursor is from your character. Unfortunately, it does not negate the effect of the skill used. Morgana's Dark Binding will still snare you, although the damage won't count. It has incredible potential to make saves and prevent lots of damage incoming onto your team. Make sure you raise it in the right direction. Braum's R is Glacial Fissure. This skill shot knocks up enemies, dealing magic damage and slowing any who remain within its field. It can knock up multiple foes from point blank range for a short moment, or singular enemies from afar. It's very effective at separating enemies in team fights, but it can be dodged. My advice is to be patient for the right time when team fighting. This ultimate is truly adaptable to suit defensive and offensive gameplay. So that's Braum's abilities. Now let me talk you through some of the ups and downs about Braum. His passive is great for level 1. Most of my solo queue games start by getting into position for around 150, and I typically aim my Q onto the jungle monster and fire when the clock hits 155. Applying your passive helps your jungler save HP and obtain the buff quicker. Run back to lane immediately and get ready to kill the first 2 minions with your relic shield. This allows you to push level 2 faster than the enemy bot lane and avoids your AD carry missing the CS because he stayed to help the jungler longer. If you get a level 1 fight, it is usually always all in. Use your passive, ensure to exhaust enemy AD or support, whichever you think has more damage, when you predict that they're going to use their spells. Remember that it has a cool off period if they do get stunned. Here, you can see Lulu flashing over her minion to dodge my Winter's Bite and attempt to kill Jinx. Work that passive, baby. To remain useful and become successful, Braum must have the AD carry's cooperation in bot lane. Queue up with a buddy or trust your AD carry in solo queue. If he communicates in the champion select, that's a bonus. Look for opportunities to apply your passive either by landing a good skill shot or running melee range instead. Always remember to auto attack enemies to apply the passive, especially in team fights. Remember Braum's passive stuns for 1.5 seconds, so when it does land you have enough time to apply 2 more auto attacks or run out of the enemy's range. You will win more trades overall and secure many kills with these techniques. Braum's early game has so much potential. He can pull off kills at ease, especially when it comes to invading or early level trades. Rushing level 2 with Relic Shield can always be in your favour if you land that passive. Send me any clips of early game to avianspectate@gmail.com. Practice those skill shots and encourage your teammates in the champion select to invade. Be confident in your level 1 and go. With Braum, I like to run Exhaust because it allows me to shut down enemies. Use it the moment before they're about to explode on your ally. Ignite does offer more kill potential, but Exhaust makes Braum an all-rounded champion when it comes to protecting and claiming the ground that he stands on. Most of the time, enemies who end up in melee range will suffer. His ultimate can adapt to offensive and defensive situations beautifully, as I've already said, and this allows you to disorientate or disengage from enemies seamlessly. Braum synergizes best with AD carries who can jump in and out of fights, just like himself. Lucian and Graves are my favourite to play with. Lucian's passive just works together perfectly with Braum's. Braum can follow up with Lucian's dash and use his Q afterwards for a fast burst and a possible stun. At this point, you can go for the kill or disengage and offer protection with your E. A well-oiled Lucian and Braum combo can really suffocate bot lane. They make quick work of enemies who get close enough to get the passive on them immediately. These are the general AD carries I've had better results with. Any questions about why, just leave a comment and I shall respond with an answer, but I won't go into any more depth. So, onto the skill order. I always max Braum's Q first. It is his strongest tool to harass and it's essential to come out on top of trades. I max Unbreakable second. Increased damage reduction makes you even more powerful when trading. I max Stand Behind Me third. Always take ultimate when available. This rune set encompasses the ability to hold a high presence early when trading. With increased health, armor, magic resistance, you boost your stats, which also boosts your bonus resistance on W. I encourage early level fighting with these paired with some defensive based masteries. There is always an approach to take the full defensive tree, which allows Braum to do what he does best, stay alive as long as possible to stun as much as possible. You can always swap out points from armor or magic resistance to boost into reinforced armor or evasive masteries. To finish off, I want to talk about item builds. This is what makes Braum incredibly fun. His made item builds can have a variety of the boots. Take Mercury Treads if you need the magic resistance, or Ninja Tabby if you need extra armor, but otherwise your build will look something like that. Your other options include the Talisman against teams with high mobilities, but I feel like Warmogs and Sunfires is just a little bit too much on the expensive side of things. Mikkel's Crucible is also a great pickup if the enemy has lots of crowd control, but your starting item should always contain Relic Shield, because it allows you to push the lane quicker and get level advantage. And that's it. That's all I have to say about Braum for now. If you liked the guide, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment. I shall get back to you soon. I'm going on holiday for a week now to relax. Goodbye.